Ooh. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Jimby and I'm the founder and CEO of Makeup Addiction Cosmetics. We are an indie beauty brand and we're on Instagram with 1.3 million followers. Make sure you follow us here at Makeup Addiction Cosmetics. But I'm finally starting my YouTube channel. I'm so excited about this new journey. I've been wanting to start a channel for like years, probably as much as I've had makeup addiction, but I never actually got around to doing it and committing myself 100%. But now I'm ready to start my channel, and on this channel there's gonna be beauty, fashion, lifestyle, home decor, the whole lot. Anything that I have an interest in, I want you to bring you guys in. But for the first video, I wanted to actually review the new Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. I find that so hard to say for some reason. I think it's the Metrograde, it's just a mouthful. But I was pretty excited when I first saw it on Instagram. This is what it actually looks like, and it's pretty dope. The packaging is really nice and sturdy. It's like a Perspex hard acrylic. So it feels really like, I feel like I can drop it. Yeah, and it's fine. I shouldn't be doing that, but you know, it's fine. This is what the shades look like. Let me try and cover this mirror a tiny bit. I was actually pretty excited when I saw it because the shoot looked just completely dope. The colors looked like they were really different to what I'm used to seeing. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and buy this palette and review it. Price point a little bit high, was like $57 or $67. I'm not sure. It was probably like I think it's $67, which is like 51 pounds. And it came straight from Dubai because it wasn't on any of the UK websites such as Huda Beauty or Feel Unique. So I just went ahead and ordered it from Dubai and had to pay, I think, $17 for DHL shipping. And it only took a couple of days to arrive here. So I've had it since last week, but I'm only getting around to doing it now. But your girl was a little bit busy, okay? But I'm ready to do it now. I did my base just so that it's a lot easier to go ahead and just review straight the palette. Off the back of it, the colors look really beautiful, well curated. There are some new formulas there, some toppers, some pressed glitters, and the mattes. So that's what it looks like. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and create 2 different eye looks on each eye, so just so I can maximize the colors in the palette. And of course I'm gonna be using all Makeup Addiction brushes because that's all I use. I mean, that's all I've got, to be quite frank with you. Look at that. Oops, I'm dropping that. But yeah, so I'll just use Makeup Addiction brushes all the time. I'm going to use my same routine as I normally do and use my eyeshadow primer. And this is the Lancome Noisette in 05. This is like my favorite primer. Like you can see that I hit pan with it. I literally use this with every single eyeshadow look that I create. So yeah, my favorite Lancome, and it's the 05 one because they have like different shades, and the 05 tends to work really well for my skin tone, so that's why I always tend to go for it. And that's that eye. As you can see, it makes it like literally creates a really nice blank canvas, and I think it works well for like lighter shades or dark shades, whatever the case may be. But let's just apply that. Am I the only one who makes like these crazy faces when I'm trying to apply primer? Like it's so funny, but it makes it like go smoother. It might cause some premature wrinkles, but you know what, we're just gonna ignore that. Forget about these wrinkles and all. I'll still be cute, okay? Right, so now I'm gonna go with my Expert Blender brush, and I might bring you guys a little bit closer. Is that necessary? No, you don't really need to be seeing up in my pores. Like, not that I have large ones, but there's no need for that. Okay, so let's start with the shades. I love the names. They have like Cosmic, Utopia, Ultraviolet, like giving it all like Mercury vibes. And I'm gonna go with like the shades. I think I'm gonna go with like Utopia, which is like a peachy shade. Although the color looks like it could be quite light. I mean, yeah, picking it from my brush, it looks like it could be quite light. Yeah, it is kind of light. This shade. Not Yeah, not very impressed with this shade. It looks pretty light. Maybe I can layer it with another shade. Yeah, this is just giving me Auntie Ash vibes. Like, yeah, this is not a shade that I would normally wear at all. Let me go with Hot Mess, which is this shade here. Yeah, and apply that on top. And it's slightly deeper, so hopefully it shows up. It's showing up a little bit, as you can see. I'm quite aggressive with the dipping of my brush. I just want to make sure I get the maximum color payoff. There's not a lot of kickback, which is nice. This shade is showing a lot better, but still, it's just giving me a little bit of ashy vibes. Like, it's not the kind of shades I'm used to. I'm used to wearing kind of warm tone shades, but even when I wear cool tones, they're still slightly on the deeper side, just so that it can show on my skin tone. Otherwise it will just look like ash, and this is giving me ash right now. It's giving me ash. But I'm gonna go ahead and try and do a complete eye look anyway. This is like the second deeper shade in the palette, and as you can see on my skin, it's not that deep at all. It's quite ashy. But I'm gonna go ahead and use a different brush. I'm gonna use a control blender brush, which is kind of thinner. So it's not as fluffy, but still fluffy. And I'm gonna use Vortex, which is this darker shade here. And I'm gonna use that in my crease. Now that's showing a lot better than the previous shade. Okie dokie. I'm gonna go back with the previous shade and blend that color a bit more. And now I'm gonna go in with one of the lighter shades, probably something like Supernova. Let me use a classic shader brush and see how that applies. Oops, I dipped in a little bit too much there. But this is the shade Supernova. Over here. That's a pretty shade, gorgeous. I do love the duochrome that it has. I'm such a huge fan of duochrome shades. They're literally like my favorite. I just love the fact that you can turn and it will like show different reflex. And I'm not doing a cut crease. This is like my cheat cut crease by just using my classic shader brush, and I'll just kind of curve it up and just give you the illusion that I'm cutting the crease, but I ain't cutting nothing, okay? So this is what it's looking like right now, and now I'm gonna go in with a lighter shade to highlight my brow bone. I'm gonna go with Momentum and apply that. Oh my goodness, this is, wow, okay. This is far too light. Wow, it looks white. That is just too ashy for me. No, thank you. So Crash is a bit too gray, which is the shade here. That's Crash. No, that's Crash. That's too gray. There's really nothing for me to highlight my brow bone. The shades are just kind of too light overall. It's looking a bit light, okay? Looking a little bit light. I'm kind of a little bit frustrated. I can't highlight my brow bone, but I'm just gonna ignore that. And I'm gonna do the bottom of my eye, and I'm just gonna repeat the same colors that I had at the top to the bottom. Yeah, I mean, these shades are, they're not really giving me the vibe that I was going for. It's just too, yeah. It doesn't seem brown. I can't even freaking talk. It doesn't seem brown skin girl friendly at all. Like, none of the matte shades are wowing me. they're just a bit on the ashy side. Like literally, it's just I'm not impressed at all. There's literally 9 matte shades. Yeah, there are 9 matte shades, and only probably one of them, which is the darker shade, shows, but even then it's on the ashier side. It's not rich. It hasn't got the pigment that would show really well on my skin tone, let alone a darker skin tone. I mean, forget about that. It's just not even gonna show. It's just gonna give it ashy vibes, basically. Just ash is the pure description that I have for it. So let me go ahead and do something else for this eye here and try and create something different. Just make sure that this is all applied. And haze, looking at it, I wanted to do something like blue to go with like kind of the bluey tone, since I went with kind of the pinks and purples. Haze is looking kind of light, but let's see. Oh my god, like wow. Where am I supposed to go with this? I'm gonna create a halo eye. Oh yeah, that is not working. Not working at all. As you can see, it's pretty, it's just too pale. It's too pale. That would just not show up. Let me use Karma, which is like supposed to be a transition shade. Over here. Barely seen Karma. Oh, Karma. Yeah. It's just, I'm a little bit frustrated. Let me try and do the other eye, and I'm gonna come back and talk to you about the palette. So I completed the look. I had to remove this eye completely, reapply the primer, and then redo the eye and basically match the other one so I don't look crazy. So my original idea of using more shades in the palette didn't quite work because the other shades were just not working for me. So here's my final verdict. Pros is packaging is beautiful, as you can see. I love the fact that it's hard perspex. It makes it feel really expensive and luxurious, and obviously for the price point they're charging, that obviously is something to factor in. The formulas are really pigmented. Even the shades which are ashy are pigmented. Let me just quickly show you some swatches of some of the shades so you can see. This is all the shimmer shades. As you can see, all of the shimmer shades are super pigmented, even the matte shades as well. So that's nice. Cons. Obviously, as you can tell, the shades are far too ashy. I mean, it always confuses me when brands come out with palettes which don't suit all skin tones. This is just coming from my standpoint as a product developer. So I create all of the Makeup Addiction products, and my #1 priority is to make sure that it shows up on my skin tone and darker and obviously lighter skin tones. And I even use my husband, who is Caucasian, and I'll test the products on him to make sure that it's working for his skin tone. And if a brand is a lot bigger, there's no excuse for having matte shades in a palette when they're not suited to a specific skin tone, basically. If it was all shimmer, that's fine, because then it would be a sister palette. You'd have your own palettes and your own shades that you use that would be transitions or the brow bone or whatever the case may be. But if it's got some matte shades in there, make sure that it has mattes that would show up on all skin tones. Like, I don't understand the process of it being like lighter. Like, it's the same process of creating a deeper shade than a lighter shade. So why not just create it deeper so that a lighter skin tone can use it pretty easily and a darker skin tone can use it pretty easily? It seems so obvious, but it's not done all the time, which is really strange. As you saw, I was struggling with a lot of the shades. Like, Off Balance is just like this peachy pink tone which won't even show. It looks like pure ash. Hot Mess and Vortex, which are like the two deeper shades, were the only ones that were actually showing on my skin tone. Libra, Haze, Karma, I mean, just forget about all the other shades. It just won't even show up. So it's kind of disappointing coming from Huda Beauty, and I have nothing against her. I think she's absolutely amazing entrepreneur, woman, someone who has literally gone from being a blogger to a full entrepreneur and creating an amazing brand. But just make sure that you're inclusive and that you are making color cosmetics that show up on all skin tones. You know, if you're in the lab in Italy, maybe you should have been like, hey, let me try and grab a brown skin girl and see how this shade looks on her. Is it going to show? Is it going to look like ash? So it's a little bit misleading, like some of the swatches that I saw and some of the like looks that were created with it. So would I highly recommend this palette if you're a brown skin girl? Definitely not Makeup Addiction certified, not approved for me for brown skin girl. The shimmer shades are nice, but it's nothing that I can't find in a different palette. And this is not even a palette comparison video. I just wanted to quickly show you, like for instance, this is our palette, like a Sinful Eyes palette. You can see what I mean when I mean like the shades being slightly deeper, and for it to show on different skin tones. It's like, it's a no-brainer. So improvement is making the shades deeper so they can show up on all skin tones. But this is something that we shouldn't even be having a conversation on at the end of 2019 coming up to 2020. Come on, brands, just do better, you know, just do better. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review video. I was pretty excited to do it. I was a bit disappointed at the end, but you can tell I managed to salvage it because I can kind of make anything work anyway. So I managed to salvage the look, so it might look okay, but I'm not 100% impressed with like kind of the ashiness. But I hope you guys stick around. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I can't wait to see you all on my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.